Hey everybody, Mark here.
Hi, and I'm Dana, and welcome to our channel.
Hey, we got some fun stuff for you today. We're going to talk about an issue that's important to all new online entrepreneurs.
What's that?
And affiliates. What's your superpower?
Do, 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 do.
Do, do, do. Yeah.
SuperPower!
Superpower. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what's your superpower and finding it. But before we do, just make sure you like, share, and comment below and hit that bell so that we can notify you of any new content we put out there, right?
That's right.
Right.
You know, let me start this time.
You do it.
Okay, I will, because that's my superpower. Da-da-da-da. Like Jeff Dunham. You know, schools are not always fertile ground for teaching our children to explore their own superpower. They're taught in a curriculum, and it doesn't allow always for individual thinking at all.
Yeah, it's kind of the nature of the beast, though.
It is.
I mean, you have millions and millions and millions of kids to educate, and, you know, to let them all run willy-nilly around trying to find their way.
Yeah, it's really highly structured.
It has to be. But, you know, unfortunately, that makes it pretty difficult to find your own superpower, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
It really
School
does.
was designed to build a bridge between the art side and the logic side, and just to find that middle ground where you get a little taste of each, but not too much of any.
Now, true confession though, I was definitely on the art side.
Yes, you were.
I was that right-minded thinker.
Yes, and I've always been the logical, sensible one.
Always. Okay.
Except for that one time. Well, never mind.
Okay, so, you know, so we go through K through 12, we go through college, and we are taught the way the educators want to teach you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then we get into a job.
Well, once school spits you out, there you are in the job market.
Yep.
Yeah, and the marketplace defines your value. They tell you how much they're going to pay you. They're going to tell you the hours you're going to work and all those kind of things.
Your superior is going to direct you on what they want you to do and how fast they want you to do it.
Right. You know, and it's, again, the masses. They're trying, try to keep some organization, and they've got to kind of keep a thumb on things. But again, that doesn't help you develop your superpower. It doesn't what your passions are.
Yeah.
So,
you know, and you think about like evaluations at work. When you have your evaluations, often it can really affect your self-worth.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you come home going, oh, man, I got a really crummy evaluation, or I got a great evaluation. Well, why are we tying our self-worth to what somebody else says about us?
And trying to please other people.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I try to please you.
And you do. You have no faults.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, so, you know, superpowers can be a curse and a cure. Why don't you tell them a little bit about superpowers?
Well, living with superpowers is difficult because you feel them internally and you can't turn them off. So if your superpower is to be sympathetic or empathetic or something like that, you will always feel it.
Yeah.
And so it's a curse that way. But it's nothing can be more rewarding than finding where your passion is and following that passion through to the end.
Yeah. You know, and it's difficult because often with superpowers, you are tapping into deep emotion. Right? And if you're dealing with people and you're feeling empathy towards them, or you're really trying to understand them, you're really tapping into a deep emotion. Often you can't even turn it off.
No, that's very true. Well, so here we are. We're at the point where we're going to try to figure out, how do you discover your superpower? And, you know, the first step is really to sit down and be introspective about when did you feel the most empowered? When did you feel the most successful, the most powerful?
Comfortable, what you were passionate about,
and you had the most joy in your life. Think back to those times. When was that time? And maybe that's in the zone of your superpower. So think back to those times, and then
ask your friends. Ask your friends and ask your family what they see your strengths are, where they see your passion. It may be different than what you actually think about your own strengths and your own passion as well. well.
Yeah.
Right?
But once again, don't let your self-worth and your vision of what you should be rest in others.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun to see what people see in you. Sometimes people see things in you just don't see in yourself, and you're missing out.
Yeah. You know, when I was younger, I was very much the artist. My passion has always been art and the creative side. And if someone would have asked me when I was in my 20s, are you going to be in sales? Are you going to be a leader of people? I really would have probably just laughed at him and said, "Are you crazy? I'm an artist, right? I'm a free thinker." But I have found over the years that I have learned to really draw on that, and I get a lot of satisfaction from helping others and kind of helping lead their way, lead in my own way, actually. Yeah.
Well, to sum it up for this portion, just build and draw and write and create and express yourself, and your superpower will start to emerge as it comes along. So the next step is create your inner hero and put your inner villain in its place.
Oh boy.
Those
inner voices.
The inner voices. Who do you think you are? What will others think? What if I fail?
Yeah, well, you won't amount to much.
We have all heard those voices, and there are super villains. And as a superhero, we need to face those villains. We need to quiet those voices. We need to show that what they're thinking is not correct.
You know, it seems like often that inner villain voice often comes out when you have an opportunity that you have self-doubt whether you're going to be able to achieve it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, summon your strength, face the inner villain, and you will find that. When your inner villain shows up without asking, you need to knock them down.
Draw on that superpower.
Take them out.
Yeah.
Well, what's the last step here, Dana?
Well, it's not to keep your superpower a secret. You know, sometimes this is Bailey, by the way. Bailey is our super dog.
He's shaking the camera too.
Oh, sorry, Bailey. Oh, sorry, Mark. Often our inner voice says, "Oh, we don't want to tell anybody that we have a superpower, that we think highly about ourselves in certain areas," but you really should not leave it a secret. You need to share it, and you need to draw on it in any context in which you're communicating with others.
Yeah, don't be afraid to grow beyond your limits.
No.
Expand those boundaries.
And give it a name.
Give it a name. Dana's superpower is she's the child of the wild blue yonder.
And Mark is Captain Left America.
Left brain.
Oh, left brain.
Left
well,
America.
America too.
I left America?
No,
Oh, God.
not left like bye-bye, left like left side of the brain.
Boy, the cell phone bill's going to be awful.
We do have fun.
Seriously, though, we do feel like we have superpowers. We're able to talk with people authentically.
As a couple. Yeah.
As a couple, we're able to talk with people authentically and to be humble and helpful, and that's what we like to think our superpowers are.
Yeah.
So
and we're
find
always
yours.
working.
Yeah.
Always working on it, right?
Yeah, and it's time to find yours.
It is time to find
start
yours.
Looking deep inside and what gives you passion.
Yeah.
So until next time,
Imagine your tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye.